2.
Hello and welcome to the Wolves Den tonight, where it will be Heritage Night, turning back the clock to 1984. Little bit before the Wolves Den, we're going to have Raider time tonight, where we're going to honor the 1983-84 Michigan City Rogers Raiders basketball teams. Both came within one game of making it downstate for a state title shot. Of course, 1984 also featured National Player of the Year in Delray Brooks. Tons of other talented people, and we're going to have a lot of them in the house here tonight.
Boy, how much fun is this going to be, guys? As I mentioned yesterday, I was getting goosebumps yesterday, and guess what? They're here. I can feel them right now in my body. And if someone like me, who is not a Michigan City native, though I think you guys told me yesterday you got my papers for adoption,
Yep.
can get that excited. Imagine how excited the Michigan City community is going to be to welcome back some of the finest ever to play in this gym. And I'll tell you what, guys, I played during that era. I watched the Rogers Raiders, actually boys and girls team, but I watched the boys a little bit closer. And make no mistake about it, I don't want to hear anything about it's a different game today. That Rogers team would have won the DAC today.
Well, there you have it. An expert on the topic, a darn good player in his own right. That's Coach Mike Megacy. We've got Rob Quinn, Drew White, and Aaron Garrett over there spinning the dials for us tonight. We brought the all-star group for an all-star night.
Boy, we sure did, and thank goodness I got you guys next to me because it wouldn't be an all-star event if it wasn't. And I'll tell you what, aside from the big night here tonight, we got K-Valley coming into town, and as we talked about yesterday, you know, our boys got down 29-9 yesterday, fought back, made it a ball game against Lake Central, but eventually falling in our first DAC game. So I'll tell you what, if you're Coach Wells, he can't be happier than being in this spot today, the next night, having a chance to go ahead and put that game behind them as they get ready for their game next week in another DAC game. So this is a big test for our boys. Kankakee Valley, pretty good basketball team.
Yeah, they come into tonight a mark of 5-5. They're 0-2 in the Northwest Crossroads Conference. Of course, if you're not familiar with that group, that is mostly a group from the state line area.
Absolutely.
Munster, usually the class of that division. Andrean, Hanover Central, a quickly growing school who I was just informed the other day we're actually adding to our football schedule here in the next couple of years.
Okay, great.
Lowell, Highland, and then Valley, of course. Hobart also in that group.
A nice group of high school athletic teams right there. And you mentioned they're 5-5. They lost last night, 68-53 to Mr. Hackett as he continues to build his resume for the Hall of Fame, which I think is a given at this point. But in any event, they lose last night. But I'll tell you what, this is a team with a lot of balance. Camden Webster comes in averaging just about 16 points a game. Bobby LeBond, about 11 points, and Brady Simpson also at about 11 points. So they have a lot of balance. Definitely when I talked to their head coach before the game, he made it very clear that they want to make sure that they slow down Michigan City. Every possession is very important, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So they want to make sure they get back. They said they're concerned about the speed of Michigan City, but they said if they can dictate the tempo, they feel they can come in tonight, unfortunately, and ruin Heritage Night.
Well, let's not make it two in a row then. Of course, this is a series that was played for a few years here earlier. I want to say about 10 years ago. Coach Floyd's group had a couple of home and homes with this group, and Michigan City pretty well controlled that series. But this is a growing school system. They've bounced up to 4A in the meantime in the basketball classification. They're actually the reason that City was pushed into Sectional 3. They kind of took our spot in Sectional 2.
Absolutely.
And moved us east. So it's an up-and-coming program. It's a building school system. But you kind of mentioned tempo. We just watched the JV game. The JV group pressed the heck out of Kankakee Valley. They won by 30, 65-35. So we're hoping to see a repeat of that one in the varsity tilt.
We sure are. You know, Coach Bill Shepard, I believe, is in his second year with Kankakee Valley. done a really nice job. And the one thing he did allude to that they're hoping they can use to their advantage, just look at the roster, guys. 6'4", 6'4", 6'5", 6'7". They got some height there, and they're hoping that if they can use that height, he made the comment. He said, I don't need to go inside and try to beat them on the indoors, but if we can play inside, make them honor that, maybe kick it out, hit some shots. He said he thinks they got a good chance tonight, but he was very clear this is an excellent Michigan City squad, well coached by Coach Tom Wells, and he made the comment he is thrilled to death to play this game. He said this is only going to make them better, and that's why they scheduled the game.
I was going to say, as a coach, you want to have that group of games that is just out of what you have as an expectation for your team. Why? To push your team. Look, here's the next level. Here's what these guys are doing to be better than you. Here's the things you can emulate. Here's, all of those things to kind of pull your team along to that next level.
Yeah, absolutely, and I really enjoyed my talk with Coach Shepard before. He's been around a little bit, and he understands basketball, and I think he understands what it takes to win at Kankakee Valley. I think he understands that this is not a team that has been, where the girls' side, they've been pretty darn good.
They've had some great ones.
It hasn't been quite the same for the boys, and he's willing to take that challenge on. And just by talking to him, getting a good feel, I think he's in the right direction.
Well, there you go. Part of the festivities tonight, you can hear in the background, we've got the pep band here, and not only the pep band alumni.
Love it.
So
there is somebody that should be down there, I think, right now playing in the pep band that is unfortunately up with us. I say that unfortunately because I'd like to hear them play those instruments, but
me and you both.
But Rob Quinn is going to be with us instead, and Rob, I know you can hear me. Talk about how special a night this is for you. You see the pep band playing right now? Come on, don't tell me you're getting a little goosebumps. You don't want to go down there and join them a little bit.
No goosebumps whatsoever.
Oh, come on.
Of course, Jason Smith, first-year teacher here at Michigan City High School, directing our pep band this year. One of our middle school band leaders here for the MCHS, so we're thankful for him and the impact he's had on this group this year.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go back to football season since we're talking about that.
Yeah.
Because I made the comment to our band instructors. I said, you know what, our band this year, watching them on the field and perform, for me, in the last 4 years since I've been doing commentating, the PA I'm announcing, best group I've seen in 4 years. Boy, they did a terrific job this year, and just tremendous. I believe their improvement from last year to this year, not saying there's anything wrong with them last year, but in my opinion, significantly better this year.
And came very close to making state in marching band season. So you can see the performance for them in their field.
Absolutely.
Too, so.
Just great to see those different areas of Michigan City High School that a lot of people don't know about, but we do because we're Michigan City, and boy, are we excited to be here tonight. It's Heritage Night!
Yeah, we're hoping to even have Mr. Brooks, Mr. Cunningham come up and visit us at one point tonight.
Absolutely.
I do know they stopped in and had a talk with some of the varsity players during halftime of the JV game. So can you imagine being 15, 16, 17, 18 years old and having a Mr. Basketball that played in this gym for 4 years come in and tell you, whatever he's got to say?
I just hope they appreciate how much, what a big deal it is to have this team on the boys' side and the girls' side, not just Delray Brooks. We know how special Delray was, but Delray couldn't do it by himself, but he almost did.
Yeah,
he almost did 970 points and 2,324 for his career, but obviously he had a lot of help with some great players that year, and I know you've got some statistics right in front of me. Mike, share a little bit of that team and some of the players that were there with him.
I was going to say a very good group of players, and it was interesting. Of course, I talked to Coach Cunningham and also Coach Rick Cummers, who succeeded him, but was JV coach at the time.
Correct.
And one of the things they were always proudest of, we talked about JV last night and the impact that JV has on varsity down the road.
Or it should.
And that was one of the things he talked about, was we had this whole group of kids that were so good. They would have been varsity players anywhere else.
Correct.
But they chose to stick around, fight through 3 years of JV for the opportunity to play varsity basketball.
You better believe it.
With a Mr. Basketball here on this floor. And what did they do? They came within one game of state finals.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you, and I'm going to maybe get on my bandwagon a little bit here, but I think that's what made basketball back then so special. I can only speak for South Bend, if I may, for just a moment. If you were going to Edison, for example, you were going to be in the Hathaway Shack the next year. If you're going to Jackson, you're going to be a Riley Wildcat. That pride was in Michigan City then, too, it still is. But in today's world of high school basketball, it seems like kids go wherever they want, whenever they want, depending on what's going to benefit them best. But the pride that Michigan City had back then, even though we did have two schools, Elston and Rogers, and I'm not going to sit there and say which one was better. I'm an outside person. I'm not getting in that discussion.
No. That's part of the adoption process. You have to declare a loyalty.
Coincidentally enough, on the screen, you can tell why Rogers was better than Elston in 1983 and 1984.
Well, I'll tell you what. As I'm looking, as I go back and I think of those two teams, I'm just going to say the Elston Raiders was the best team.
There you go. He's the guy who shows up to a crosstown game and a half Cubs, half Sox
jersey. There you go.
Pretty surprised
all
he
Sox.
didn't burst in flames or something by saying something like that. You don't cross the stream, sir.
You know what? You are right, but in that regard, Elston and Rogers, they had some great battles back then, both great programs. And I know people talk about, I'm Elston, I'm Rogers, but the bottom line is the respect they had for one another was still there.
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you what, I kind of told this story last night, but I'll tell it again tonight. My first basketball memory at the high school level was I had an uncle who was a firefighter.
Okay.
He was working crowd control for a game at Elston. Snuck me in through the big double doors there as you walk into the Red Devil
I know where it's at.
Doing crowd control, doing fun, make sure it wasn't too full.
Are you saying you were a bouncer?
No. I was a very happy spectator. First game I got to see was actually Delray Brooks and Rogers putting up a hundo on Elston back in the day. I'd have to go back and try and find the exact game and year, but, man, that kid just absolutely destroyed Elston that night. It was a lot of fun to watch.
He destroyed a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, when you put up 2,300 points in a 4-year career, you might make some people look bad at some
You just might. He was tremendous. But it's a great night for Michigan City. Not obviously the players I know are excited about being back, pep band. Hopefully we have some cheerleaders in here. As I alluded to yesterday, Brian Richards, one of our fantastic, terrific teachers here at Michigan City, was a manager.
Okay, you segued into that a little.
Was a manager.
I was going to say, you segued into that as I alluded to yesterday after you said cheerleader.
Yeah,
so,
well,
just checking.
I said manager yesterday, I'm pretty sure.
No, you did, but today you said, I hope we got some cheerleaders in here. As I said yesterday, Brian Richards.
Well, Brian's still in pretty good shape. He's probably got some hops. He could probably do some cheerleading moves.
I'd pay him to do it.
Megan is not an English teacher.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right, so we're about a minute from tip-off in this one. And, again, looking back on last night, one of probably the best sign we saw last night was Anthony Murphy get hot with some home cooking last night. He had been in a bit of a shooting slump, had struggled a little bit, and then all of a sudden just was absolutely lava hot last night, willing the Wolves back into that game. We didn't hear a lot from Alan Briggs last night.
Well, going back to Murph, as I mentioned, he had two big games in consecutive years against Crown Point. So this team does have red colors and white. Let's hope Murph sees that red and white and goes forward tonight again.
Just sees dogs across the
I'm so
front.
glad all these people are here wearing Elston shirts tonight.
We're doing a public service. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, hey. I'm doing this paying homage to my mother, who was an Elston Red Devil, class of 71, I believe.
Okay.
And I am wearing an MC Wolves shirt underneath here. I am representing both.
Yep.
I felt like it was appropriate.
Got the hat. So yeah.
While we got just a brief, quick second, I would be remiss if I didn't give a quick thank you to the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters, our Heritage Night sponsor. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much for that.
Love our Carpenters and the Carpenters Union. They are a great supporter of Michigan City athletics, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
And now we're going to send it down to public addresser Stan Holcraft, along with the MCJROTC program, as they present the colors and the playing of our national anthem.
All fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome to Michigan City area schools event. Let's give the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated. Thank you. Tonight, the colors are being presented by Michigan City High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC cadet. The American flag is being carried by Cadet First Lieutenant Marcus Mantel. The Marine Corps colors are being carried by Cadet Gunnery Sergeant Alexander Reed. The right rifleman is Cadet Staff Sergeant Ann Sawyer. And the left rifleman is Cadet Second Lieutenant Matthew Wilson. If you're not already doing so, would you please stand, face the center court for the playing of our national anthem.
Again, a big thank you to the Michigan City High School Pep Band for their excellent rendition of our national anthem, again under the direction of Jason Smith, teacher at Barker Middle School right now in the MCHS. But that only means one thing, folks. We're here for the real event. High school basketball at the Wolves' Den, as we're about to get the starting lineups here for both of these groups. Kankakee Valley, the visitors, of course, will be introduced first. We'll get those to you as they come through, but Michigan City tonight, we mentioned it briefly last night, we'll mention it again, slow starts. You want to avoid the slow start. A team where you're a statistical favorite. Let's say it like that tonight. Coming in, I think Sagarin had Michigan City about a +8. You don't want to give a team that you feel like you're better than a reason to think that they're not.
Absolutely. That you right off the bat, I always tell our kids, when you're playing a team that you feel you have an advantage of, smack them in the face in the first quarter and don't let them up.
Yep, you got it.
And the starters you mentioned for KV, Tristan Smith, Camden Webster, Bobby Lalonde, Brady Sampson, and Jeremiah Jones will start out for the Cougars. Starting for the Wolves, I believe in the words of Mike Gresham, the usual suspects, Anthony Murphy, Alan Briggs, Adrian Holly, Andrew Vicari, and Keegan Cowgill.
Well, Mike, going back, I was looking at some of the scores. I couldn't find the 100 against Elston, but in 83-84, and that year they went 28-1. They broke the 100 barrier 6 times.
Yeah.
Six times, and they did score 96 against Elston that year.
Okay.
96-61, a 35-point blowout of the Red Devils.
We were in it until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, right. I'm not finding it just yet, but that particular year, they did beat Marquette 100-55, beat New Prairie 104-62, put up 108 on New Prairie to 67, 101-79 over Winnemac. I'm still searching as to make you correct, but right now I'm seeing that was the 83-84 year where they put up 6 times. But maybe it was Marquette. It was a Michigan City team.
You know what? Maybe no. I know I saw the game at Elston, and I know it was Elston Rogers.
Sure.
Maybe I got the year mixed up. That's always,
That's okay.
It's been X number of years ago.
But they did score 100 many of times.
Oh yeah.
6 times. Oh my goodness! I'm looking back here and oh my gosh, just incredible.
All without the benefit of the 3-point shot.
Oh my
Isn't
God.
that amazing?
They would have scored 140.
Yeah, but I'll say this because I watched those games personally, and they had a heck of a supporting team to go with, though.
You better believe that. Rob Towery and others, Zerazi and others, Malcolm Reed. Oh, my goodness gracious.
As it will be Adrian Holly to tip center, and it is going to be Valley off the tap. I also think coaching philosophy has changed. I think in those days, I almost said the old days, coaches were more.
It was 40 years ago, I hate to say.
They would rather lose a game 60-50 today than lose a game 100-80.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and I don't know why. I think they'd rather play and score less and have it look closer.
Exactly. Well, out here, Camden Webster, the leading scorer for KV, knocks down a 2. The lefty makes it 2-0 KV.
All right, so the Wolves with their first possession. Man-to-man defense from the Cougars of Kankakee Valley. They look to go to work. Vicari picks up, backdoor for Briggs. The lay-in is good. Nice look.
Well designed
side
play.
to weak side. Yep. And the Wolves going to look to put the pressure on just like we saw in the JV. The JV team won by 30. And a little bit of a miscommunication. Webster thought about going to the corner. Maybe he was faking. I'm not sure, but he loses control of the ball. Out of bounds to the Wolves.
Tell you now, not really seeing KV this year. Obviously, Webster's a leading scorer, got their first deuce, and he looked pretty athletic.
So it will be Wolves basketball after the Cougar turnover. Wolves and Cougars here tonight.
Yup.
Vicari, the three ball on the way.
That's it, Andrew.
That's a nice start for the Wolves.
Boy, last couple nights, that's a good sign. Michigan City's been shooting the ball very well the last 2 nights.
That's what you want out of Vicari. That's what you want out of Murphy for a lot of that. So it is 5-2 Wolves, 5 straight points now for City after they opened up. Looks like maybe a walk by Webster there. Rimming, no. Holly the long rebound. He's going to set, and Wolves look to run. Tapped away that
nice
time by Webster.
Yeah. Like I say, pretty athletic kid. Just getting down the court. He misses a shot. He doesn't complain about it. He gets down the court and knocks the ball out of bounds.
That's all you can ask. Not everything's going in. You know, you shoot 50%.
Do something else.
You shoot 50%. You've had a good year. As Vicari comes off the screen, he's short. And that rebound comes down to Lalonde. He's going to look to work against Briggs. Gets the screen, goes around. Now he's going to drop corner for Smith. Tristan Smith, 3 ball. That's long, no good. Fought for, tapped out of bounds by Valley. And it's going to go back to Michigan City. So the Wolves will work the full length of the floor here. 2 minutes into this one. 5-2 Michigan City. 3 ball from Vicari. Layup by Allen Briggs on the Vicari assist. So both scorers involve Drew. Murph, the elbow is good.
Definitely looking better than last night.
Yeah, love to see that 7-2 start. You're absolutely right there.
And there's Anthony Murphy playing safety with the interception. Looks to go. Kicks out for Vicari. That's slapped away. I think it hit his foot out of bounds. They're going to leave it here.
Yeah, I think it went off Webster.
Okay. It changed directions at the last. It hit a foot and went. So
yep.
Wolves will inbound in front of the Valley bench. Handoff right back for Briggs. He's going to look to dive. Kick. Vicari. 3 ball from the corner.
Got it. That's it, Andrew.
Wolves 10 straight now in the last 2 minutes. They've got the deep ball going here. Into the post. Goes Valley. Double team. Looking for some help. Finally goes
nice
deep.
Defense.
Good recovery into the post. Jones
traveled.
Note. Walked.
Absolutely.
10-2 Michigan City. And as I see Adrian Holly inbound the ball, a member of our wonderful football team, I got to send a shout out to another big Michigan City football graduate coming up this year, Deion Smith. Actually played in a national all-star game today in Dallas, Texas.
Nice.
All-American. I forget what it was actually called, but
curious to why I didn't get an invite, but okay.
Big national all-star team.
Got it!
Mr. Smith played offensive line for one of the teams in that game, so a big shout out to him. Ball State signee, Division I football on the offensive line. So.
Boy, you know, Smith, Braden Fisk, Michigan City football,
doing
some nice things.
Yep.
Love to see those graduates be successful.
And I think there's a real chance we hear Braden's name come up in the NFL draft.
I
here
think
soon,
there is.
so
I think there is.
Very exciting time.
Great young man.
Oh, yeah, great kid, great family. Exactly what you want to see.
Back to basketball. Our Wolves are up 13-2, kind of turning the tables from yesterday's 29-9 deficit. Let's just hope we can continue this and cruise from here, but we got a lot of game to go.
Boy, I'll tell you what, they're leaving Briggs out on an island with Bobby Lalonde, and I would love Murphy probably traveled
Keegan
there.
got it!
It's just a three-point
Timeout,
party.
KV!
It's a three-point party today, isn't it?
It's raining threes. Hallelujah.
16-0
Amen.
Michigan City run.
All right, so we're celebrating Heritage Night with a shot that didn't exist in 1984. The
Right.
three-point bombs.
I like it. I like it.
Raining all over the Wolves' den so far here in the first quarter. Kankakee Valley scored a quick 2 on their first possession. Since then, it has been the bomb squad show by the Wolves.
How many threes is that right now for us? Is that 4?
4 3-pointers.
4
1
3-pointers.
by Briggs, 2 by Vicari, 1 by Kougars.
Yeah, in 84, they would have had 8 by now.
Yep.
Come on. I'm giving it all to 84 tonight.
All right, so 16-2 Wolves.
I was 6 at the time, so.
I was negative. Never mind. Let's stop.
Okay, I was around.
And I was not.
I was a thought, maybe.
I was a junior in high school.
Oh, almost an over and back call there. Just inside the stripe. Almost an air ball. Murph tosses ahead. Holly there one-on-one. All the way to the rim, the lay-in, good.
Very easy.
The Valley player looked like he wanted to take the charge and then thought better.
Another turnover.
I think you might remember this guy was a big-time football player.
Yep, Murph just inside the stripe.
Bam!
Loads up, bang.
20-0 run.
20-2 Wolves. Every starter has scored for Michigan City.
So, Megacy, is it legal to let Delray come in like the second quarter if, there's a running clock or what's the rules on that?
I think they are playing with the spirit of Delray right now.
Right.
I think they are.
Backdoor. Holly swats it out of there. Woo!
That a boy.
Back the other way. Vicari thinks about the three. He'll take a dribble, look into the post. Holly gathers, double team, bangs down. He gets blocked. Rescues.
Shoot
Gives
it.
for Vicari. He thought about it.
Yep.
Instead, he's going to drive, flip. No. They're going to call that one on the ground.
Well, nice defense down in the post by Gavin Joy getting the block on Adrian, but Wolves retain possession. They draw the foul, take it out of bounds. It is 20-2.
Michigan City, the last
have
20.
opened with an 8 of 10 effort from field goal range.
Great ball movement tonight so far. I don't mean to insult Kankakee Valley, but I think you can see the defensive intensity difference between what Crown Point brought last night and what Valley. Michigan City has open shots all night so far tonight.
Could have used that last night, too.
As that time, Eli Wright with a nice tap out to save that offensive possession.
Absolutely.
And Anthony Murphy ends up hitting his third shot of the game. 22-2 and another turnover. Valley struggling against the Michigan City pressure so far.
Well, you allude to that in the JV game, the pressure they put on Kankakee Valley and eventually wore them down, and seems to be working the same way here in the varsity game so far.
Checking in for Michigan City, TQ Van Buren.
TQ shoes. Holy moly, those are amazing. I'm sorry. I'm squirrel.
That's all good. And Anthony Murphy again. Boy, he's got that elbow working. Back in the Delray days, that was one of the favorite shots of a guard. You get into that paint, no three-point stripe, so no incentive to get out of that mid-range game.
Right.
That was Anthony Murphy's playing that 1984 night right now. He's got 4 shots from that same elbow vicinity tonight, right around the free throw line. Again, Michigan City tapping the ball out of bounds with the pressure. 24 straight points for the Wolves. And we still have 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Almost thrown away. Nice rescue. 3 balls slapped out of there by Anthony Murphy. Jake Anderson thought he had an open look, and Anthony Murphy used all 6 foot of that frame to get over there and close that out. Got to also send a shout out to the Wolves coaching staff for their participation tonight.
Yeah,
Heritage Night,
you
all of
see
them.
them all dressed down there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rogers and Elston, of course, they made sure to keep it in balance, 2-2. Fought for on the rebound, rescued all the way to the rim. The lay-in short. That's no good. Again, fought for Briggs. Oh, it goes off the bottom of the basket, so that is out of bounds, and it will stay with Valley. They had Eli Wright breaking out on the break.
Yeah, that would have been special.
So instead, it will be Valley to introduce inbound underneath their own basket. Triggering is Webster. Comes in for Jones. Corner three ball on the way is good. Camden Webster. He's about 6 minutes apart in his two baskets. Also 6 minutes apart.
24-0 Michigan City run.
Also 6 minutes apart for scores for Kankakee Valley.
Absolutely.
No one else has scored for the Cougars so far.
Well, he is the leading scorer at 16 a game.
And leading them right now with 5. Michigan City, as we said, that ends their 24-0 run. Is Vakari going to try and get a new one going? He's no good on the three. Rebound to Sampson.
Well, Michigan City's gone a little cold here. It's two misses.
Valley looking to go to work. Wolves show the man-to-man defense. Holding on the wing now between the circles, Anderson. Long three ball on the way, Webster, no good. They did not want to get that ball inside after Michigan City's, 3 blocks so far?
Yeah, I think they do.
Well, Eli all the way to the rim. The lay-in is
And one.
good.
Oh,
Give him the contact.
boy, that's an athletic move right there by Elijah Wright.
I think in Stacey King world that would be beep beep.
Yeah, you ain't kidding about. Oh my gosh, very athletic.
He just hit that extra gear and all the way to the rim.
With the English.
Nice shot by Eli. He'll be rewarded with the three-point play opportunity. So again, every Wolf that's been in the game except for Van Buren so far has scored as Wright makes it a three-point play. 27-5 Michigan City now. Wolves still putting on a little pressure. Broken by Valley. Now they'll get into the offense. Deep three ball on the way. That's no good. Offensive rebound and a nice pass underneath. Lalonde lays it in. Nice offensive rebound and pass from Jeremiah Jones. Briggs from a step inside the stripe. That's no good. Sampson the rebound. Valley looks to go to work. Slips, loses it. Under the basket, it comes to Jones, and he lays it in.
Okay, well, don't want to see a repeat of last night.
Yeah, let's not do the reverse here.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still an 18-point game, but KV getting just a little bit more comfortable on offense.
2 straight baskets.
Yep.
Wolves 14 and counting. They look like they're going to hold for a last possession as Cowgill hands off for Briggs. Briggs working out near the logo. 5, counting, gets the double screen.
This is one of those
Long
plays from last
three
night.
ball on the way. Cowgill.
Ah, he did it again.
Did I call that? Did I call that?
You did.
It's about 15 years later than 1984,
Oh,
but
my
oops,
gosh.
I did it again.
Oh,
All right.
No.
We do not own the
Oh,
rights to that.
no.
Spice Girls last night, Britney Spears tonight.
Well,
All right, so the end of one, Michigan City 30,
Nothing
Kankakee
but
Valley to 9.
So, Drew, you got any fun facts for us? Anything you want to talk about on the since it is Heritage Night? What would you like
All
to?
right, we've already done that one. Let's. There's a girls' basketball one. We kind of touched on it last night. The boys' basketball team at Rogers High School in 1983-84 was nationally ranked number 1. All of the attention was going to them. If you look at it, the girls' basketball team got to the exact same spot that the boys' basketball team got.
I don't see it, Drew. I got this.
No. Oh, okay. So we're going to do this. There was a state champion in 1984 at Rogers High School, and he was Dottie Linsemeyer, who won the 100 backstroke individually.
fantastic.
And we don't want to leave. I know you guys think that I always give Elston a hard time. We're going to bring this one up because Elston had good athletic experience there too. T.A. McCann won the 100, I believe it was the backstroke if I'm not mistaken, but he also won, was part of a 200 medley relay. Both of those won IHSAA individual state titles for the Red Devils. So we didn't want to leave the Red Devils out of this Rogers-laden evening.
Look at Drew with his history lesson
Tell you what.
in between quarters.
Fair
why he's the master.
and or balanced. Look at him go. All right, so back to live action we go. Michigan City, the commanding 30-9 lead on the back of a 24-0 run. Cowgill, another look at a three. That rims out no good. Eli Wright just goes over the 6'7" player. Gets it, kicks it. 3 ball from Smoot. That's no good. And Valley comes out with the rebound. It is Webster to push.
Terrence McCray and Isaiah Smoot in the ball game now.
In the lane, kick for Webster. He thinks about it. Elbow, kick, 3 ball on the way. Lalonde, that's no good. McCray, the rebound, goes to the ground. They will call him for the travel.
Well, we don't want to see him on the ground again after last night.
No.
I talked to Terrence before warm-ups today, and he said he's doing just fine. He said everything is okay, and he said it's happened before, things like that, and he said he's perfectly fine. He's ready to play, and based on that, those hops right there, he certainly is.
He looks fine. He passes the eye test. How's that? So Michigan City gets Webster dropping another bomb.
Pretty much has and an interception. Guys.
Man, he is everywhere. So he's single-handedly kept this game even respectable at this point. Has nice rebound there by McCray, but he is tied up. Jump ball situation. We'll stay right here.
Yeah, going back to Webster, I mean, he's somebody I think that Coach Wells would be okay having on his team as well, don't you think?
Yeah, I want to say I talked to Coach Wells and Coach Walker last night after yesterday's game, asking about tonight, and they mentioned how they played, I think, Andrean twice, I think, this season already, and one they didn't do too well, and the second one they actually beat him, and they said he was the key.
As Wright goes 3 from the corner, that's an air ball, no good. Rebound, Lalonde, and we have a whistle.
City ball.
Tapped out of bounds, all right. I looked down real quick and missed what happened, so. But that's the wonderful video. You guys all saw it. I didn't. So it will be Wright to trigger off of the inbounds. He comes in baseline for McCray, hands off. Wright instead goes back into the post. Nice look at a short jumper. Isaiah Smoot.
That's good team basketball.
Unselfish basketball between the sophomores there.
You better believe that.
32-20, Wolves by 20. Biggest lead so far has been 24. Trying to go to work. Physical drive by Sampson, and a foul going to be called. Isaiah Smoot getting the worst of that one. Giving up probably 6 inches to the man.
Well, I'll tell you what, Isaiah Smoot, I mentioned last night, his energy off the bench yesterday was a big reason why Michigan City got back in the basketball game. His defense was just terrific, and he really gave a big boost to the Wolves.
Murph now guards Webster. Into the post he goes. And
offense!
Nice work. Eli Wright getting in there to take that charge from Jeremiah
Jones. Doing the dirty work.
Yes.
Yep. So things we've seen change in basketball over time. What do you think of the changes to try and protect the offensive player in the charge situation now? They've really made sure that you have to be there and planted to get a charge these days versus what we saw 10, 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the game altogether, whether it be NBA, college, high school, I think back in the day was a little bit more physical, to be honest with you. I really do. When I say more physical, I'm not saying the players are necessarily more physical as they allowed the game to be a little more physical.
Yeah.
And so I think that might be the one way they cleaned it up. And, of course, in today's world where, you know, it's such a big deal, as it should be, about concussions and, you know, paying attention to the head, and because that can be such a traumatic experience for people later in life. I think that's probably the thing that's changed the most is just letting the players protect them. I mean, whether it be in football, I mean, let's face it, you got the roughing the passer in football, and I'm not going to even go there. If you touch them, they're going to call you for roughing the passer. Where back in the day, you know, Dick Butkus and Ray Nitschke are totally rolling over in their graves watching some of these hits being called for late hits and penalties. So I think in just talking about football, but in all sports in general, a more conscious effort to take care of the body and especially the head and the brain area of athletes.
And that's an interesting discussion, because one of the things about basketball versus lots of the other sports is it's been very much a work in progress on lots of those things. You know, adding the three-point shot in the 80s.
Right.
The 1-and-1 was a relatively new innovation. That came in the late 70s. So, like, it hasn't remained as static as some of the other sports. As they go into the block, Murph with the hit and the harm. Nice look there by Eli Wright to thread the needle.
Jeremiah Jones called for the foul, and it just looked very easy for Murph to go up against him. Talk about physicality. That was a much more physical player in Murphy going up against Mr. Jones right there. No disrespect to Mr. Jones' family, if he's listening, just how I saw it.
As Murph gets the free throw to go down, and that was an interesting matchup because, Murph's given up 5 inches and I'm going to say 30, 40 pounds there, and it was Jones that bounced off of Murphy at that contact.
Just a little bit more physical play.
Little stronger there.
Yeah.
Get in the gym. Back to live action, 35-12. Wolves back to the 23-point lead here about halfway through the second quarter. Spinning, shot, no. But Brady Sampson will go to the line. That foul previously on Jeremiah Jones is his second, so we'll keep an eye on that situation.
Brady Sampson, one of the leading scorers, averaging about 11 points a game for the Cougars.
And I imagine the Cougars down 23 don't want to have to take starters out, so they've got him in there trying to be careful. As the first free throw of the game for Kankakee Valley is no good. They'll have another one.
Well, those are the points you want. And one thing you want to be careful of, it doesn't start till the second half, but you don't want to get in that 35-point range if you're K Valley because once it gets there, it doesn't stop. And I guess I'm not a real big advocate of that part of the rule. I understand they say, well, especially in basketball, I understand 35's a lot, especially in high school. I get it. But you can still come back, especially with the three-point shot. But it doesn't matter. That clock's going to keep running.
Anthony Murphy, another basket there. I believe he's got 13. I believe he's the game high so far.
I guess
it's interesting.
13 is correct.
Those 13 points, not a three-point shot in that bunch. Everything's been in mid-range or closer. Tapped out of bounds. Eli got a hand on that. Nice hustle for him.
And on top of that, he has not missed a shot.
Nice call. He has been absolutely perfect from the floor and the free throw line.
I've done that a couple times.
And then you woke up.
Yeah, well, I wasn't playing, so I was perfect.
Hard to miss when you don't shoot.
That's right.
Drew Vicari deep three ball. Speaking of perfect from deep,
when Andrew shoots the ball, it's just a swish. He doesn't hit rim, does he?
Yeah, it was all net.
That's the last 2 nights. They've been all swish.
Mm-hmm. Eli gets a hand on that. It comes out to Holly. Back to Wright. Wright drops for Vicari, back to Wright. Going to reward the man who created that steal. And Holly, the offensive rebound. He creates space, goes right to the basket. It is a 30-point lead for Michigan City. Full timeout going to be taken by Valley.
Tell you what I liked about there's a senior basketball player, Andrew Vicari. He hits 2 threes tonight. He had just hit one. He comes down the floor, and, guys, he was open.
Oh, yeah.
But he passed the ball off to his teammate, his fellow senior. And that's what you just love to see, that people don't care about their points. They care about the team first.
So earlier I was talking about the girls basketball team
at
Rogers being one of the more unheralded of teams. People don't realize they, too, were one step away from Indianapolis before they were beaten by Crown Point. And they finished the season 21-3. They were co-Duneland Conference champions. 2 of their losses that season were to Crown Point. 1 was to Portage. Crown Point was not a member of the DAC at that point, but Portage was beaten by somebody else, so they shared conference honors. But they, too, were 1 step away from Indianapolis.
Very impressive season on both sides of the ledger there. We've got more information as we have free time in this. We'll talk about some of the impact players off of that squad as well. In the meantime,
any interviews maybe?
Well, hopefully we get somebody up here.
Maybe.
At halftime, we're going to send the man, Mike Megacy, down to the floor to do what he does best.
Goodness gracious, you said the man, and I wasn't thinking me at all.
I was thinking Rob. So.
I was too.
Michigan City showing that pressure again, all the way to the basket, high off the backboard, no good, fought for, and a foul underneath going to be called. A lot of contact both ways. Young men fighting for the rebound, and it's going to be number 4, Tristan Smith, getting called for that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not to make any excuses, but K-Valley plays a tough game against Munster. I realize we played a tough game as well, but they're on the road tonight, and I'll tell you what, they look a little worn out. They look like they're ready to head back to Wheatfield real quick here because this one's got another. Oh, yeah! Alan Briggs with the flush.
Flight Briggs taking off.
Absolutely, and I just right there, they're just no one's stepping in to play defense, and Michigan City just having their way right now.
I have to put
Again,
that
the
up. I'm
unselfish
sorry.
play, because watch the pass that set this up. Allen gives it off, and then they go on that dive cut right here. Adrian Holly just absolutely dimes it into Allen Briggs to set that up. Again, there's no reason Adrian Holly couldn't have backed that down. They're up 32. Maybe he wants to get his. Nah, he's looking for his guy.
Hey, he got an assist.
32-point lead for the Wolves. Their biggest of the night. In the post they go. Adrian Holly ties it up, and it will be a jump ball. Ball will stay here.
Boy, it makes you wonder if some of those players from 1984 right now are saying, hey, guys, you think we could beat this team? Oh, that's, I don't know. The way they're playing, we might have been in trouble.
Are we talking back then or currently? Because I can answer that.
Well, no, I can too. But the way they're playing like 84 right now.
Deep three ball on the way. That's long, no good. Fought for, tapped around. Valley takes it. Three ball, that's long, an air ball. And the rebound to Lalonde. He works around all the way down the lane. Scoop, no. Allen Briggs, the one-hand rebound. It goes off a foot. Pinball's back. Blocked out of there by Holly. It's a block party tonight. He will get the foul on that one, though. Body contact there.
You talk back about, the matchups from 84, as you said. I would say, you look at Delray, I would say defensively, this team would put, all 5 on him. He'd still score. Okay, sorry, Coach Wells. No disrespect to your team. I'm having a little fun.
And the first
or
free
am
throw
I?
is good by Brady Sampson. Yeah, you think about the history of this game, Mike. How do you know off the top of your head how long we've had Mr. Basketball in the state of Indiana? Back to the 20s?
God, it was a long time ago. I don't know the exact year. That's something for Mr. Drew White.
So say
the exact year.
Say 100 years. We'll round.
All right.
So in 100 years of having a Mr. Basketball in the state of Indiana, 3 times it has come from this town.
Sure has. And
you think today we have about 400 high schools in the state of Indiana. Back in the 50s, 60s, we had about 1,000. In the, the Milan era, the, Hoosiers era, we had about 1,000 schools. So
absolutely.
You think of all the opportunities, 3 times
That's
for
impressive.
it to come out of this one town. It tells you the special athletes and the special kids that come out of this community.
Well, obviously, got, Delray, and before that, Dan Palambizio, just a terrific player, and then cook me up some bacon, Mr. Macon, Charles Macon from Elston.
Yep. Isaiah Smoot triggers ahead. Cowgill, free throw line jumper. That's no good. Holly there for the tip. No, but he's going to catch the body and go to the line.
Of course, I have to say this, it kind of relates there. As I remember, Mr. Macon, signed originally and went to Ohio State. And who's Ohio State's biggest rival? Go Blue. Go Blue.
Always comes back. Holly, the front end of 2. He rims it out. No good. He'll have another one coming.
So I remember this so well, and I don't remember if you guys, you should remember this because you guys watched Danny play. And I think some people don't remember this.
I don't.
He was a great shooter. He was a great shooter and a great free throw shooter, but his free throws were two-handed. He put the ball on each side like this. If you guys can see me, he shot this and shot like that. That was just his free throws.
Interesting.
It was. And he was tremendous.
Works. Almost stolen away back the other way to the rim. Sampson shuffles and scores.
Yeah, I remember that very well. It was very unique. But I'll tell you what, no one's going to argue with him because Danny could play basketball.
Yeah.
Well, and you talked about free throw shooting. Talk about a guy that could. His senior year, Delray Brooks led the nation in free throw shooting in college.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He was a 90+%
I do remember that. I didn't remember what the percentage was. But I do remember that stat, yes.
But, yeah, I mean, and that's how you score 2,300 points in a career. You get those extra opportunities. You take advantage. As Briggs looks to go reverse, he can't do it. It's going to come back. Webster looking to set the drive, comes in the corner, all the way to the rim, dive, thrown out of bounds,
great
tapped
defense.
out by Michigan City. Smoot there getting a hand on it, and I think if it wasn't him, Anthony Murphy was also making that same dive.
Well, if you dare I say, if you took all 3 Mr. Basketballs together and you had to rate them 1 to 3, oh gosh, did I really just say that?
Oh man!
Because you know what, Oh, my goodness gracious.
Well, and they were all three such different players.
They really were.
You know, Charles was your prototypical 1980s center. Back to the basket, post up, block out, big fundamental. You know, a guy like Zach Eady.
Yeah.
Take that game right there and imagine that in a high school 6'8", 250 kid. He played on national teams. He played on the U.S.-Soviet game. The high school game.
Yeah.
You know, I remember that era a little better. That's when I graduated.
Get a shot
high
off.
school.
Come on, Murph.
He
got
one.
it.
He got
Heck yeah.
It didn't happen again.
It sure did.
Why does this keep happening?
Don't bring Brittany back in here. Don't bring Brittany back. Wait, I did it. Sorry. All right, so we are at halftime. Let's go ahead. We'll take the score here, and then we'll come back.
I got to see a replay real quick.
Okay, we're going to get the replay in.
Oh, my goodness.
I think Mr. Murphy did a little dive there at the end as well onto the floor.
All right, so with that, we will end the first half. Michigan City 48, Kankakee Valley 18. We'll take a quick commercial break. Thank the IHSAA for helping us out. We'll come back. We'll talk heritage, we'll talk history, and we'll talk Wolves.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
And we're back live, halftime, Heritage Night. Michigan City Wolves up 48-18, Kankakee Valley. We're going to send it over to Athletic Director Craig Shaman, who is starting the festivities for the Heritage Night and going to honor some people. So we're going to send it over that direction.
We have a lot of names. Not everybody who has filled out a card has chosen to come down and be a part of the group that works out or walks out. But I am reading the name of every alumni who has walked through the doors tonight. If you're in the stands and hear your name, feel free to give a wave or stand up. If you're ready to appear, ready to walk out, when you hear your name, please walk out. We're going to start with all our cheer, pep band, Raider at Wildet, alumni. The first is class of '84, Mike Gallagher. Second, come on out, Mike. Second up, Vera Golston. Class of 1984, Julie Weigel. Class of '84, Dale Knaus. Class of 2022, Mariah Corley. Class of '88, Carla Shepard. Class of '95, Matia Stanley. Class of '18, Kathleen Andy. If I'm saying that right. Class of '84, Rebecca Nayokis. If I'm saying that right. 2001, Brett Perry. Class of '01, Nicole Perry. Class of 2022, Sierra Dabney. Class of '08, Jasmine Dabney. Class of 2016, Lillian Davis. Class of '85, Stephanie Doster Thomas. Class of '98, Kelly Dahl. Class of '85, Christine Schlagenmilch. Class of '07, Brittany McRae. 2022, Kara Cannon. Michelle Harvell, Rogers Raiders. Sue Harrison, class of 84. Class of 89, Tracy Coleman. Class of 94, Peyton Hope. 2002, Kelly Smith. Class of 92, Sunita Hatchet. And one last of 1984, Julie Fubino Lemon. Thank you for coming, girls basketball alumni. And on to the boys basketball alumni. Recent grad 2019, Javion Reed. Assistant coach from the 80s, Brian Vukanovich. Head coach of the 84 Rogers Raiders, Earl Cunningham. Class of 87, Robert Johnson. Class of 95, Keith Wilson. Class of 84, Tim Pritchett. Class of 85, Khalil Briggs, if I'm getting that name right. David Carnes. Class of 98, if I get this name right, Ravan Yarber. Class of 83, Michael Briggs. Class of 05, Ben Stahl. Ben, is it Stahl? Class of 85, Jeff Petrowski. Class of 91, Sean Murphy. 2015, Shane Barron. Class of 84, Mr. Basketball, Delray Brooks. Class of 87, Malcolm Reed. Class of 94, Earl Lewis. Class of 86, current MCHS teacher, Brian Richards. Assistant coach of the 84 team, Rick Cummer. Class of 2010, Jansel Davis. Class of 84, Joe Sarazine. And class of 2014, back there, Tony Lemon. And it looks like we also have the high-flying Michael Mack. A big hand for all our alumni who came out tonight, including those who are not on these teams. We love you all so much. And we thank you all for being here. Before we depart, a couple more words and a couple more minutes of your time. This year marks the occasion of the 40th anniversary of two of the best single teams in Michigan City history. That is the 1984 Michigan City Rogers girls basketball team and also the 1984 Michigan City Rogers boys basketball team. To quickly highlight, 84 girls representatives, raise your hand. Bunch of them right over here. Starting five included all DAC selection Karen Patempa, all DAC selection Julie Fabina, Joan Robleski, Sue Harrison, and Beth Jacobs. This team, coached by Dan Jensen, was ranked as high as 5th in the state and went further than any Michigan City girls basketball team ever. They won the DAC, they won the sectional, they won the regional, and ultimately ended up losing in the semifinal game to eventual state champ Crown Point. The most accomplished team, girls basketball, in Michigan City history. Big round of applause for the 84. And on the boys' side, again, a special group. And along with 66, the one of the most accomplished teams in Michigan City history across all high schools. This group led by Coach Earl Cunningham. This team, and a lot of you remember this, went undefeated and was ranked #1 in the state all season long. Like the girls, they too won the DAC, won the sectional, and won the regional before ultimately losing to eventual state champ Warsaw at the last second in the state semifinal game. This team was ranked as high as #3 in the entire nation, the highest ranking ever by a Michigan City team. This team averaged 83 points a game before the three-point line. Think about that, 83 points a game before the three-point line while holding their opponents to 64 a game. This team was also highlighted and led, as I mentioned, by Mr. Basketball of the Year, Delray Brooks. Delray was also ESPN and USA Today National Player of the Year. And again, we thank this team and all of you out here and everybody in the stands as well for building in us all the community and civic pride that we have for basically the greatest city in the world, Michigan City, Indiana. Thank you all for being here tonight. We appreciate and love you all. Oh, we have an oversight, and it's mine. We have not recognized our pep band alum. Without getting their names, unfortunately, please, a big round of applause to all those who contributed to the event. That concludes the ceremony. One last thing is business. I'd like to ask all these alumni to report to Heritage Hall for a group picture. Thank you all again for being here. Let's enjoy some basketball and everybody have a great night. And go Wolves!
Thank you, Craig.
All right, we're going to go to Mike Megacy on the floor, and here we go.
We good, guys? All right, here we go. So I'm joined here tonight on Heritage Night with Julie Fabina Lemons, one of the guards on the Michigan City Rogers team that finished 21-3, got to the semifinals before losing to a now current DAC team, the Crown Point Bulldogs. Talk to us a little bit about that season and how special that was, how special it is to come back tonight.
Actually, it was really an amazing season. We had a great group of girls. Actually, a lot of people didn't know that there was one time we came out with just 5 girls warming up because that's all we had, either being sick or something, and we bring up a couple JVers. But we averaged, too, like our boys did, we averaged about over 70, 75 points a game.
Gracious.
So we were actually doing our best to win.
Fantastic.
And the team that beat us, they were awesome. The one girl, she was Miss Basketball, so they deserved it. But it was a great run.
That's awesome. And so being the girls' coach right now, I've got lots to live up to from that team 21-3.
Well, we actually won sectionals twice beforehand, and we just couldn't get past that hump of getting regionals. Velpo beat us. They ended up going to state. And the other team was Boone Grove, and I think they ended up going to state. So we were always there, but we just couldn't travel the hump, and we finally got there, but couldn't finish it.
Well, Julie, thank you for being here tonight. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. Thank you for being here. Right. Go enjoy Heritage Night.
I will. Thank you
Thanks
so much.
Okay, guys, I can get you right over here. Appreciate it. Guys, I'm joined here tonight. Delray Brooks, Mr. Basketball of 1984, high school All-American, and his coach, Earl Cunningham, 28-1 that year, guys. What a tremendous run you guys have. Now, I played at South Bend St. Joe in 1984, and I sure am happy you guys were not on our schedule because I would not have wanted to play against you. Talk a little bit about those memories, how special that team was. Coach Cunningham first.
Well, it was a fantastic group of guys. We had 9 seniors that year, and they set the tone. It was my second year, and set the tone for the next 6 years with our program. And you can tell the guys have all done very well in life. That's 90% of the battle. These
Absolutely.
are kids that were raised well, and we appreciate the fact that they've done such a great job.
Well, Coach Cunningham, besides being a coach of that team, you've done so much in the Michigan City community. We're so appreciative to everything that you have done, and thank you for being here tonight in Heritage Night.
Thank you very much.
Delray, yes. How special is it to be back here in the Wolves' Den after 40 years? And ask me this, what do the numbers 23-24 mean to you?
That was the number of points I scored throughout my high school career.
Goodness gracious.
But it's always nice and special to be back here. This is a very special place for me and holds many memories.
Absolutely. And I played at South Bend St. Joe, and I understand you have a daughter playing there right now.
Yeah, she's a sophomore, plays on the girls' JV team at South Bend St. Joe, and just happy to watch her play.
That's probably very special for you. I'm sure you're very proud of her.
I am.
We're very proud of both of you guys. Coach Cunningham, Delray, thanks for being back here tonight. Go enjoy Heritage Night. And again, we love you guys. We'll always love you in the Michigan City community. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so you saw it live, honoring some of our amazing alumni, specifically looking at those 83-84 Raider teams. Delray Brooks, National Player of the Year, Mr. Basketball, two teams that made it within one game of state finals. The girls losing to the eventual state champion, Crown Point. The boys bowing out. Boy, they had some shots, and then, in the years after that, those Rogers teams ran into a couple of legends in Jay Edwards and Lyndon Jones at Marion, who knocked them out a few years. And, boy, what an era of basketball there.
I mean, just countless players. I mean, going back, doing the research and everything like that. The players, Rogers and Elston were just amazing schools in basketball at that time. And I know that a lot of people are longing for that type of success, but bear with us and we'll see it again.
Speaking of success, let's open it up with a three bomb. Drew Vicari knocking it down again, his third three of the night so far. Michigan City, the 33-point lead. We're getting close to running clock territory. As all the way to the rim, rumbling in, laying it in is Jeremiah Jones. First score of the half for Kankakee Valley. Wolves by 31. I think they've taken a little inspiration running a big score tonight like they used to do in the 80s. As Alan Briggs uses the rim, can't get it down though. Rebound by Sampson. They're going to kick. Thinking about the three is Smith. He holds. High post, now swung around all the way to the rim on the dive. The high arcer, no good. Sampson the rebound. That's blocked away, and Adrian Holly comes out of there with it. And tapped out of there. Webster tries to save, doesn't have enough space. Well, he's played free safety a couple of times tonight, running down a couple of those long balls to break up Michigan City fast breaks. The young man working hard out there tonight.
You talking about Mike Megacy or?
Oh boy, I had the easiest job down there, guys. There's Murph with another three. I was among royalty. Earl Cunningham, Delray Brooks, Julie Fabina Lemons. That was a special moment for me, I'll be honest with you. It was just fun listening to those guys talk about. You can tell the pride they have in being back here in Michigan City.
And pride is a great word for it, to have them back, to have access to those kind of players, to do what they've done, to see what they've seen, and to be able to share that with the rest of us. The kids, as we said, they went in and talked to our boys here for a little bit tonight too. Maybe give them a little pointer, a little idea.
Correct.
And so far it's paid off.
Oh boy, sure has.
As Briggs bullies his way to the basket, he lays it in good. That's a 34-point lead for Michigan City.
I'd like to think Coach Wells' pregame speech was what got this going, but we may have to give credit to the 84 guys that came in and talked to him, along with Coach Krasinski, who probably did it more better than anybody else.
Yeah. All right, nice look on the weak side, but Wolves rotate three guys over. Blocked out of bounds by Drew Vicari, and we will stay right here. 5:48 to go, third quarter of play. Michigan City, the commanding 34-point lead. Valley looks to trigger. Still looking. Finally gets it stolen away by Cowgill. He looks to run. Vicari going to go all the way to the basket, spins. The lefty is good.
What a move.
Well,
And that is a running clock.
It's the running clock now.
All right, guys, we got to get some
I
stuff
don't know
in
why.
then
I don't know
before
why the
this-
clock isn't running at all right now.
It is not.
It's
And
frozen.
It is absolutely frozen.
As Murph steals it away for Briggs on the breakaway.
Oh.
Can't get it down. It hit the wire. Yep.
Clock.
I think they're finally noticing the clock.
It should be
There we
probably
go.
under 5.
Now they just fired it.
Lost about 15 seconds there.
Yeah, more than that, I think.
They're giving K-Valley a chance.
Yep.
So they break the press very nicely. Into the block they go. Lay-in by Sampson is good.
Boy, on a historic night where we're honoring both those basketball teams and alumni, we've got a big lead.
And Drew Vicari says, who?
Man.
Our Hall of Fame scorekeeper made a mistake. He stopped the clock for a moment.
What about the class of 2024, Drew Vicari says?
Absolutely. Forget about
I'm
84.
going to give him his flowers real quick.
Boy, he's shooting the ball so well right now. And we're going to need that as the season goes on in DAC play. Very happy to see Andrew producing the way he is. And he looks very confident. Looks like very loose.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's funny. This kid, he is a man of very little words.
Oh my gosh!
I joked
very
about
little
a week ago, and it was a week ago before the break. But I was talking with him, and I think I said about 600 words to his about 4.
But that's pretty normal for you.
Yeah, that is normal for me. But we got everything accomplished in that, and he understood, I understood, and it was good.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't know Andrew, some people think he's disrespectful or rude for not talking to you, and I'll tell you what, you were talking about athletically, academically, and just as a character person, one of the best individuals we have in Michigan City High School.
And to throw those flowers, a top 5 student in his class.
That's why I said and put emphasis on academically.
Yes, puts the student in front of student-athlete.
Student-athlete, you better believe that.
So, and also noticed Adrian Holly posting his 3.9 GPA for the last semester. So
unbelievable.
You love to see those numbers coming out of your kids because
those are more important.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls again. No, not this time.
Feeling it.
And you know what, though? That confidence right there, I'm just going back to last year. And please, if I'm wrong, he wouldn't have come down and pulled that like that. But he's confident. Here we go.
Oh, leave the rim, Adrian.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Adrian.
He flexes the muscles.
Hey, we wanted a highlight reel tonight for the 84 teams.
Well, we're giving it to him.
65-27. Michigan City by 38. 3-ball is good. Tristan Smith the answer for Valley. They look to run again. Cowgill going to go to the bank. He's long, no good. And back to the Cougars. Wolves just feeling it right now. They want that ball defensively. To the rim. The lay-in is good. No, bounced out of there. I thought that was going down. Gavin Joy. Michigan City instead the rebound. All right. Back the other way, the Wolves hold. Down to the dive post they go. It goes off of the Valley player. Out of bounds, it will stay here. Eli Wright going to check in, and I imagine as we sit 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, we're going to see more and more of that bench. Probably going to get to see some guys you don't see play a whole lot of minutes, and as I say that, Coach goes, you know what, Mike, that's not a half bad idea. As TQ Van Buren going to get off the bench to get some run. Eli Wright also checking in, so 3 starters, two subs for the Wolves right now. As they go, dummy play right to Drew Vicari, and he banks it home. What do we got for Drew so far tonight? I think we're 14, 16 points.
That would be 19.
19, there we go. I missed a 3. All the way to the rim. Vicari the lay, no. But he will go to the line.
I'm not sure. Is that a career high? I mean, I think it's got to be.
Yeah, I'm going to guess
possibly.
It is. Yeah. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I would bet on a career high.
From what we've been seeing the last few years, it's been a career for us.
Yep. So let's hear it, Coach. Your career high.
You know, it's funny. Career high points. I never got to 30. I got to 28 by like 6 or 7 times. I never got to 30.
And you were a double machine, I'm sure.
Well,
size, right?
I did my part. Yes.
Okay. As Vicari now hits 21. Back the other way is Valley. They're trapped, tapped away, nearly stolen behind the back. Jumper on the way from the free throw line. Tristan Smith is good. Briggs looks to run. Free throw line inside. That rims out, no good. And Valley with the ball. Cam Webster met by Wright. Good matchup there as he looks to go. Can't hit anything. They try and rescue it, and it does stay right there with Valley. Oh, nice behind the back look, but guy was stranded down there on the block, and Murph comes out with the rebound. He looks to run 3-on-2 for Wright. Gives off for Briggs. The lay-in is good. Again, unselfish. 71-32 all the way to the basket. And a foul going to be called on the bump. Looked like Vicari took that foul. That is only the second foul, so the clock should keep running.
Yep, and as soon as you said it, it started moving again.
Three fouls on Vicari. We'd talk about foul trouble, but there's no real reason to. Drew not going to have too many more minutes left as that's tossed out of bounds, and it will go to Michigan City. Under 30 seconds here for your third quarter. Wolves going to walk it up. Murph going to bring it. 14 and counting as he brings it into the front court. Looks for Briggs.
Are we going to do this again? I feel like.
I think I might have seen this before.
Oh.
Murph. Oh, he stepped inside the
I was going to say, that's why it didn't go down.
It didn't go down?
It wasn't a three.
Thanks a lot, Murph, for stepping inside instead of. If it had been a three, it'd have hit it. So because we're going to run out of time and we want to do some acknowledgments of everyone from these historic teams, Drew, I'm going to send it over to you.
Well, Aaron mentioned how much this young lady bails him out on a regular basis.
Yes, she does.
Department. Sue Harrison.
She bails everybody out.
Current MCHS Director of Transportation, but she was a member of the 1984 girls team that was honored at halftime. And we just happened to come across her senior portrait.
Mugshot? No, yearbook picture.
And then we'd be remiss without mentioning the famous Mr. Delray.
Delray Brooks, again, the laundry list of accomplishments that he had. But, again, he was the senior class president. Right next to there is the vice president, Tim Pritchard, who was also recognized at halftime. But Delray, ESPN and USA Today Player of the Year, Consensus All-American. Went to IU for one season, then transferred to Providence College where he played under a young Rick Pitino.
Rick Pitino,
did.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of my scattered basketball memories, I remember him being in the Final Four. And at the free throw line, very late in the game, shooting free throws, they post that Delray had led the nation in free throw shooting with 90% he shot from the line. So what do you think happened next? He clanked the free throw.
No.
As Eli not going to clank that one.
Two-hander.
Elijah Wright.
Two hands for safety, right? Isn't that what they say?
Fadeaway three. That's short, no good. Barely drew iron. The rebound, Van Buren. Eli looks to push. He'll go up top. McCray couldn't quite gather. In for Van Buren. Now kicks Smoot. He wants the three. Instead, he will kick. Eli out by the volleyball line, goes through the legs, works it, now hands off. This is Davion Davis in the game, so we're seeing some of that second and third string get in there as Eli rumbles to the rim. The gather is good. Eli makes it 75-32. If you're just tuning in, all Michigan City all game long. The first basket of the game went to Camden Webster. Michigan City then proceeded to score the next 20 points in this game.
24.
Wow.
24.
Yep, sure did.
And have never looked back since.
Drew, did we miss anybody? We got a timeout here.
I think we covered it.
Did we do this
We did our
one?
swimmers.
Did we do Rogers High School girls basketball?
Hey, let's
Yes,
do it
we did
again.
do that. We did do that.
Oh, yeah. Well, we did do that. Yeah.
But if you let it keep running, you'll see some names, I think, there at the end.
Of note.
Karen Potempa was the team MVP. Julie Fabina, who is now Julie Lemon, was the Raider Award winner that year. And then if we let it go just a few more seconds, It will show the members of that team up there.
Two of the
head
three.
Coach was Dan Jenkins. And Linda Meyer recently retired from the guidance department at Michigan City High School, was a young assistant on that squad.
Someone who knows this building well, as a Rogers Raider, as an athlete, as a teacher, as a counselor, all that. So Wolves with it after the miss by Valley. They're going to show some zone. Wolves look to scramble him over the top. Eli dives, kicks, corner. Van Buren working the baseline, probably stepped out, but it will stay here. Going to inbound in the basket, 1.5 minutes gone by as we keep ticking away. Again, running clock in the state of Indiana. When you get up by 35, the clock runs on its own for the rest of the game. No matter if you dip under that or not. Again, one of those newer rule changes here in the last few years to try and speed up a game a little bit. They call it the mercy rule. They've also instituted the same rule in football.
Just
so,
pull.
I mean, not that there's ever been a situation, but I like it, but I hate it if it's like you're down by 35 and all of a sudden you have this amazing comeback and you're going to run out of time because of it.
And, of course, Eli Wright, he says don't call it a comeback.
Right, and I was going to say this.
Threes.
I was going to say this earlier, Aaron. I wish they would say that maybe if it gets to 25, they stop it to give them a chance.
Yes.
Or something like that. But, but it gives you no opportunity.
Yeah, because, I mean, things have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the Lakers, it happens every night.
Every night.
Yeah, so.
Isaiah Smoot, great hustle. Going to be stuffed at the rim, though.
That's what he does.
Is Van Buren. And, yeah, Eli going to go deep again. Nope. Rebound tapped.
Oh.
Fought out of there.
That
was
friendly
a friendly
fire.
Yeah. By Valley. Step in bucket is good.
Well, guys,
that
as we
Jaden Anderson.
Guys, as we got alumni here, I got a couple special guests here tonight that I found in the crowd. If we could go ahead and get them on the mic real quick, I'd really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
High post, baseline dive, knocked away.
Just let me know.
Okay, we're good. Take it away.
Okay, guys, as we're watching the game here in the fourth quarter in a big 44-point lead, I got two former players of mine that played for me, Gigi Moore, Tika Murphy, two of the best players I ever had here at Michigan City, and they were early in my career. And I'll tell you what, I love these young ladies like my own daughters, and so appreciative they came up here to talk a little bit tonight. Gigi, we got a three-pointer. Gigi, you played on my first team as well. And talk a little bit about your experiences here at Michigan City and what you're doing with yourself now.
Right. My experience in Michigan City was like one of the best 4 years that I had. I had a lot of freedom as a kid, and I enjoyed playing basketball. My mom let me play almost everywhere I wanted. I played on a great AAU team. I played for Mr. Megacy right here, too. And it was great. We had a bunch of plays for me, and that was probably my most favorite thing. Right now, I am a registered behavior technician. I work with autistic kids. So
awesome.
I'm enjoying changing lives every day.
That's fantastic. I expected nothing less.
Yeah.
I had some great young ladies, and we have Tika Murphy here, and you guys can see Tika's not real tall. Tika would go up against 6'3" girls and score 35 points like it was nothing. I have said, and I've coached for 27 years, she may not know this, but I have said many a times, pound for pound, the best basketball player I've ever coached.
Wow.
Tika, talk a little.
Getting emotional here.
Great young ladies. I'm so blessed to be here at Michigan City. Tika, talk a little bit about your experiences here at Michigan City and what you're doing with yourself now.
So my experience was great. I thought it was fun. Obviously, I did.
Do you have a technical?
I just wasn't talking to a person, but I did appreciate it. Though. I did appreciate it.
Looks like a technical foul going to be called.
Went further, me, myself, in basketball, in general. But so now I am a registered nurse. I am an ER nurse over in South Bend.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
See the accomplishments that these girls have done after life in Michigan City. So proud of them. And yes, in in Tika's junior year, we lost 59-55 to Penn in a game that I still look at as a game we probably should have won, but we lost to the number 2 team in the state. And both these young ladies, I think the thing I'm most proud of is, as they said, look what they're doing with their lives now. This is what it's all about. And girls, thanks for coming up and talking to us tonight. Anybody have anything they want to add?
Just saying congratulations to both of them, proud alum.
Yes, congratulations from everybody.
Thank you for all you guys do.
And please come by and watch a game anytime you want. You're always welcome in our locker room to talk to our kids. Again, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. All right, thank you. All right, thanks, guys.
And Coach said it. Look, when you're in this business, when you're doing that job, yeah, it'd be great to send somebody to the NBA. Yeah, it's really cool when you get that 1 in 100 kid that gets to play Division I basketball. But that's what you really want to see from your kids. You want to take them and you want to give them tools. You want to give them the lessons that, okay, if you can compete on a basketball court, you can compete in life.
Right.
You can win at college. You can win at your job. You can be the best at those things, just like you can on a basketball
Correct.
court.
And that's why they're student athletes.
Absolutely.
And when we see you guys come back in 10, 15, 20, 40 years from now, we want to hear those success stories. We want to hear how, an ER nurse, I can't imagine – the stress and the quick reactions you'd have to have. And
well, I'll tell you what, if you ever watched her under pressure when she played, you can believe she's an ER nurse now.
Well, and there you go, right? You feel like, okay, well, that's fitting because as now we're going to get the runway out. Oh, off the front of the iron.
We're just
Not
trying.
Sure who
we're trying to get some
5.
done.
Jari Lemons.
All right.
I believe it was.
The technical foul was because they had not added him to the playbook.
Hence why we don't have a number.
That would be it.
Well,
a technical foul.
Yes.
Well, just going back a little bit, guys. As you saw, don't tell anybody that I got a little bit sensitive there, but
it's not like anybody out there on
you
YouTube.
bald like a little girl.
There's only millions of people.
Yeah, but this is when my career started in Michigan City, and I told you before I was so blessed to have such great kids, and you just got to find an example of now you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So the Wolves out there, they've got, I believe that's Owen Isley out there with them too. Spinning to the basket, Smoot, the tuck around using the rim.
Isaiah Smoot.
What a move.
45-point lead for the Wolves, nearly stolen away by Smoot. They're out there still playing defense. We got to be I was going to say, I thought I heard a whistle for a second, but 5-second call or something, or the contact, but Wolves still looking, slipping to the floor, and stolen away Nick Stewart. He's going to get the lay-in at the other end of the floor. Wolves with a season-high 85 points going on here tonight.
Is that Zach's brother?
That is Zach's little brother.
Oh, sure is.
Yeah, know that name, folks. He's had some big JV nights. I know the JV game they just played, I believe, in LaPorte. And heard fire that he had 6 3-pointers that night and ran up a big number personally scoring. He seems to be a kid who, as he gets comfortable, some kids are just made to come off the bench and hit right away.
Right.
Some kids need that run. They need that sweat. He seems to be a guy who benefits from that run.
Yeah. Well, you see why this sophomore class is so special. You got kids like him, Terrence McCray, Van Buren, I could go on and on. But I'll tell you what, then you talk about Isaiah Smoot, and that kid takes more pride in playing defense than anybody I've ever seen.
And I don't know if you paid attention afterwards, Coach Walker, after
he did,
goes over
5.
and gives him a high five afterwards in the middle of the game just because he's playing defense.
And the thing is, where Isaiah can score the ball too, you got to know your roles. And even though he can score, the defense he plays these next 2 years, how fun is that going to be to watch?
Valuable.
Oh, man. And that's how you know the next generation is on the way. See,
yes.
And take a guy like Keegan Cowgill. He's getting his first starting experience. He's averaging 9 points a game, but he knows if he doesn't bring it on a nightly basis, he's got these guys behind him. They will take his minutes if he doesn't play up.
Yeah.
Right. And the thing, Keegan, as we talked about these great young men, I had Keegan in class this year, and just a quality kid. And I think what makes it special is that these guys, as you watch them play, they're cheering for each other.
Oh, God,
they don't care who scores. Like I mentioned yesterday, Alan Briggs, our leading scorer, when we made that comeback yesterday, oh my gosh.
Are we watching what's going on?
Oh my gosh. I'm just saying, the Michigan City cheerleaders. The Michigan City cheerleaders, fantastic.
That was amazing. I'm like, I just was mesmerized.
Wow. I started talking about basketball. I started watching them do those moves down there.
Nick Stewart.
Amazing.
Nope, just off. But the tap back Lemons, no. And rescued in there by Valley. They're still trying for that basketball. Whole lot of bench players in there, and it's stolen away. And I think he stepped out.
He stepped out of bounds.
Nope, wait. Okay. I thought that was going to get overruled, but because that came from way back.
It really was a good call.
Yeah.
No,
unfortunately.
it was accurate. He was definitely dancing the sideline there. As we go under 40 seconds for your ball game. Nick Stewart guarding closely all the way to the rim. The lay-in is good. And count it.
Kind of did a little bit of a travel there. But
So they will stop the clock here as the young man goes to the free throw line. That is
Where's
one of the reasons they stopped the clock with a running clock. 85-40 Wolves by 45 as Anderson good on the three-point play. They look to transition all the way to the rim. Lay in for Isley. Oh, that's blocked away. Nice hustle defense by Valley there. The Cougars getting back for that one. 20 and counting. They look to get something going. Baseline jumper, rims out, taps out, and the rebound to Deerdorf, and the putback is good. Under 10 seconds we go. Smoot holds, wing. He's just going to pull it out, and we're going to start the handshake line here a little early. All right, so Heritage Night looks very vintage indeed as Michigan City turns back the clock to 84. No, they run up 85.
They should have.
Just a little bit too many.
Yeah, they were trying. You could tell.
Final score tonight of Michigan City 85, Kankakee Valley 43. The Wolves are going to improve to 7-5 on the season. Valley falls under 500. They now sit at a mark of 5-6. Wolves next game. Put this one on your calendars, folks. Get out here to the Den Tuesday night if you can.
Yeah.
We talk about these regular season matchups to prepare you for postseason play. This team right now that coming in here, definitely one of the sectional favorites coming into this action. South Bend Riley going to invade the Wolves' Den Tuesday night.
We are going to go down to Mike Megacy with Andrew Vicari.
Oh, I think he's telling us to. Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
he's wondering how many points he got.
Oh, how many points?
21.
Okay. All right, so we're going to send it down to the floor here in a second for Coach Mike Megacy with our game MVP, Drew Vicari.
Okay, guys, we're here. The Michigan City Wolves win 85-43 on Heritage Night. You would think it was senior night. Andrew Vicari, I believe it's a career high. Maybe you can tell me. 21 points tonight. And, boy, you were feeling it. You look so loose out there. And tell us a little bit about the last two nights, shooting the ball so well. We know you're a good shooter. You just look like you're having fun out there right now. Talk to us a little bit about your performance tonight.
It all comes with starting off with a lot of energy at the beginning of the game with the team, everyone working together, getting the shots up, and it all starts on defense. All weekend, Coach Wells has been trying to get us to focus on getting in our man's grill, playing energetic on defense, and then when we do well on defense, it translates to how we do well on offense.
So, again, Heritage Night here tonight, Michigan City, and it's just a great moment for us to win the game as big as we did and have some of the greats. Delray Brooks was in the house tonight. Well, I'm not sure Delray could have shot as well as you did tonight. Well, okay, hold on, guys. Delray maybe could have shot as well, but not much better. And talk about the fact that you lost last night. We lost against Elston in a tough game to Crown Point. We come back. How big was it to come back tonight to get this win?
Well, obviously, we were a little upset last night. That's not how we expected the game to go. And so we really wanted to really get these guys out here energetic, like I said, and we wanted to kind of punch Kankakee in the face.
Well, congratulations, 21 points tonight. You played terrific. Let's have a great week of practice and get a couple wins next week. Thanks for joining us. Fantastic. Great job.
All right, well, Drew said it perfectly. Slow starts have been a bugaboo for Michigan City this last month, and what did they want to do tonight? He used the phrase, punch him in the mouth. And pretty much that's exactly what happened. Yeah. Valley scores a quick bucket off of the start of the game. After that, all Michigan City, all game long, they scored the next 24 points and never looked back. Big night for the Wolves. 85 points scored on Heritage Night, honoring both of our 1984 Rogers Raiders semi-state finalist teams. Such an amazing night. We had such a blast seeing so many inspirational teams and players in the building. A lot of our alumni came back. We heard a great pep band tonight, including lots of alumni, the cheerleaders. So amazing to be able to pull from that heritage. And it really looked like the kids played inspired. It
was electric.
There you go.
Boogie Woogie? No. I don't even know what year was that. Was that close to 84?
No.
89, 90?
No. We don't ever want to hear that again.
I don't.
All right, so I think Coach Walker here.
Y'all are killing me.
We've got, speaking of another Michigan City basketball legend, Coach Will Walker down here with Coach Magacy.
Walker, you're a Michigan City guy, and it's Heritage Night tonight. And what a special night this was, having the 84 teams back here, the girls and the guys. 85-43. The most important part of the night, we got the win coming off the loss yesterday to Crown Point. We won't talk about that. Let's talk about the win, how the boys rebounded tonight.
Yeah, they rebounded really well. Actually, yesterday, besides the first quarter, they played a really good game. And it just carried over into today. We told them no matter what happened, if we got up or down early, to come out and just play hard. We wanted everybody to see effort on the floor the whole night, and I think they gave that.
I think we got that for sure. We had Andrew Vicari out here just a few moments ago. He had what I believe is a career-high 21 points, and, he's playing loose. And as seniors, I love this senior group. Elijah came out tonight, made some nice plays, and then you got Allen as another senior. I noticed yesterday Allen wasn't scoring a lot early on, but we made that comeback, and Allen's the biggest cheerleader on the floor. These guys care about winning more than anything else.
Yeah, it's the thing going to this season that we really focused on was culture and discipline. You know what I mean? So the discipline to do what we need to do in the moment, and the culture to corral around each other and lift each other up when we need it. And Allen, as a senior captain, is the forefront of that whole movement.
Fantastic. Well, we had Delray out here among some others. I'll tell you what, Will Walker, if we had those two guys on the same team, I think we'd win a lot of basketball games, guys, Delray Brooks and Will Walker.
Absolutely.
But thank you, Coach, for being with us here. Congratulations on the win, and let's go get more next week. Thanks, Coach.
All right, so you heard it from the floor. We had Senior Drew Vicari giving us the review of his 21-point career high. We also got Coach Will Walker down there.
And he says one more. He wants one more.
He wants one more.
He wants one more.
Again, Drew.
Get Tom.
you
Sideline reporting from Mike Magacy tonight.
Mike Magacy is in his element
right
now.
Yeah, he's loving this. He is.
The work being done on the sideline here by Coach Magacy is
He's going to have to go in the locker room for this one. No, almost.
I see Coach Wells out there.
Maybe he'll do it from that actual spot. We can do it.
He doesn't hide as well in that bright gray Elston hoodie there.
Yeah.
So, again, Michigan City, the victor tonight, avenging a tough defeat last night, opening up early.
That is a nice hoodie.
And getting the 85-43 victory going away.
Drew's over here going to throw something at all of us. This is so perfect.
All right, so Coach Magacy, Coach Wells,
we
about
had Will
800
Walker out
wins
here. We
between
had
them.
Andrew Vicari. Now we have the head coach of the Wolves. Obviously, last night didn't go according to plan, the first DAC game, a tough DAC. But we come out here tonight against K-Valley. We get the big 85-43 win. Talk about the boys rebounding. I talked to Coach Walker about it a little bit. It was nice to come out here on Heritage Night and get a big win in front of the home crowd. Talk a little bit about your team's performance tonight.
Well, first of all, what a great response. You always worry about those back-to-back games come Saturday, and you worry about the energy level. You worry about so. We really just tried to narrow our focus to the defensive end of the, of the court, and really kind of simplified things. When 100% of your focus is defensively, the offense kind of takes care of itself, and then we shot the ball so well. I don't know why that is, Mike. Maybe you can tell me, but when you defend, the ball goes in at the other end. You know,
it's kind of that pride on defense that leads to offense. And, Andrew had 21 points tonight, and I believe that's a career high for him. I'm going to guess it is. And, he's playing loose right now. He's shooting the ball very well. And I alluded to the senior class. I've done it before. But, these guys are making plays. Last night when we made our comeback, I said this to Coach Walker, you see Allen on the court. He's excited. He's not scoring a lot yesterday. But he's excited because the team's coming back. And we've talked about that before. These seniors continue to lead this group. We know we have some really good young players, but it's still the seniors that are getting it done.
No doubt about it. And, we dug ourselves a hole last night, but you go down at halftime and Allen's only got 3 points.
Correct.
And you're thinking, okay, if we can get him going, we're going to crawl back into it. And we did. We just, couldn't get over the hump. But really proud of the response tonight. The energy was up. Defensively, I thought we were really good. A lot of smiles on the court. That's always good to see.
That's always good to see.
So, really proud of it.
It's Heritage Night tonight. Talk a little bit about that. I know you may not be a Michigan City guy back then, and neither was I, but I think we're Michigan City guys now. Talk a little bit about the history of Michigan City, Rogers, those two teams, but also Elston.
Yeah, well, your history and the tradition is so important, and this place, it's really, really important. You start talking the likes of Delray and Dan and those Mr. Basketballs, Charles, and the success that they've had, and we want to do our part. We want to carry the torch, so to speak. Correct. And I just really appreciate Delray came in and Earl came in and said, so I told him he's got to come back now. If we're going to do this, he's got to be here.
You don't mess with a good thing.
We'll
That's
see
right.
if we can't get him in there.
That'd be nice. Well, so come on,
I knew
Linda.
it. I knew she was going to run.
Boy.
I knew she was going to
The greatest
run.
counselor in the history of Michigan City High School kind of went away from me there, but that's okay. Coach Wells, great job tonight. Great job to your young men. And let's get a couple next week.
You got a tough week. We're ready for it.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right, again, you heard from about 800 victories worth of coaches right there between Coach Megacy, Coach Wells.
You're going to start giving them big heads now.
Well, that's why I said it before he got back up here.
He'll be playing it later on YouTube.
Once again, big win for the Wolves tonight. Drew, do you have scores?
I have unofficial scoring. I'm going to fully admit that I believe that it is not going to be absolutely correct, but I do believe that Andrew Vicari and Anthony Murphy both tied for a game-high 21 points.
Okay.
Elijah Wright with 10, Alan Briggs with 11, Nick Stewart added 4 in the second half there, Adrian Holly with 7, Isaiah Smoot with 7, and I believe Keegan Cowgill had 6, 2 3-pointers there in the first quarter. And again, I believe I missed a couple points, but we will say that Camden Webster was the leading scorer for the Cougars with 13 points.
All right, so there you have it. Another great Heritage Night in the books. Coach Megacy has done the all-star thing. He's running his stairs today. He's getting.
I'm a little winded, guys. I'm a little winded. But it was a great night. Like you guys said, we've talked about it all night long, being Heritage Night, to get the big win, 85-43, and it's just this is what it's all about. This is why we love Michigan City High School.
Well, there you have it. Probably a great note to wrap it up. Again, we want to encourage everyone to be here Tuesday night.
Yeah.
As South Bend Riley, one of the top teams in Sectional 3, of course, that's the sectional that Michigan City plays in, along with LaPorte, Plymouth, Mishawaka, Adams, and I think I got everyone there. If not, two of the top teams in that sectional will be matching up Tuesday night on this floor, Wildcats and Wolves. So if you can be out here Tuesday, you're going to see some great basketball.
Well, and I think I've notated before, I coach softball at South Bend Riley, and I got a lot of the pride of the South Side in me, but not Tuesday night. Not Tuesday night.
All right.
Well, Mike, before we go, real quick, I want to say again, and they'll be back again as a sponsor for us, but once again, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. I want to thank them again for being so generous to Michigan City Athletics and supporting Michigan City in general. Thanks again.
And we love our sponsors. We love our listeners. Great note to go out on, fellas. Big win tonight here, 85-43 the final score. Michigan City goes up to 7-5 on the season. The loss for Valley, they drop to 5-6 on the season. And again, thank you for joining us, and be here Tuesday night for a big one. The Riley Wildcats will be here. Let me see. They come in a mark of 12-3 on the season. I also want to get a big shout out to our camera people here. Sue Mars doing a great job helping us out here tonight. Mark Mars always here helping out somewhere too. Maybe not here tonight, but always here in spirit if he's not really here.
Mark thinks he's retiring soon. He's not retiring. He'll still be here.
Nope, yep.
It's the Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
You can never leave. That's right.
All right, folks. Well, thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For myself, Michael Gresham, Mike Megacy over here, Rob Quinn, Drew White, and Aaron Garrett making us all sound great. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We'll talk to you on Tuesday night.